Hey,
How are you?
I'm
That's
good.
a
How are
girl.
you? How are you?
I'm well. What you got for me?
I'm 38.
Mm-hmm.
I
So what
am.
do you have for me?
I wanted you to assess what you thought my value was because I do date. I just got back on the market, and I prefer high value men.
Well, I'm not
Older
really doing
men at
ratings, but I
that.
can give you an idea. I can give
Say
you an
that
idea,
again.
but I'm saying I'm really not doing ratings, but I can give you a general idea.
Okay, let's go.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7",
Dress size.
4,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
130. It was like 136.
Okay. Any children?
Yes,
How many?
1,
Age and gender.
9, female. Got a girl,
Okay.
baby girl.
Okay. You were married to their father? Her father?
I wasn't.
Okay. Hard truth. I even said it earlier on Instagram, so if you go back, you'll see it. A kid knocks 2 points off of every woman.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So let's say if you're a 10 and you have a kid, you drop to an 8. If you're a 9, you drop to a 7. Because it's that big of a deal. Are you looking to get married?
I am.
Okay. Are you 38?
Yeah.
Are you
I turned
looking to have
39
any
in
more
February.
children? Okay, you're looking to have any more children?
It depends. It depends on my mate. I do date older men, so if he ends up being a certain age, then I'm gonna opt out of that. But I would like to have another child. I would like for my child to have siblings.
Okay.
Just maybe one.
Okay, so, and the thing is, when you put this high, and you're like a CPA or something?
No, I work for a public accounting firm. I'm in advisory. I've been in corporate finance for 16 years.
Okay, so automatically, what starts to complicate things is when women start talking about high value men tend to you don't tend to become high value until you're 35 or 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want babies.
Right.
And you already got your baby.
But I got one.
Again, you got one, but logistically, take you out of it.
Yes.
You know that if a man is looking has had to wait and delay gratification, he's going to want to have more than one kid. He's going to want to have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an only child. I tell men don't do 1. 2 is so 3 is not in the repertoire. So you're looking for an extremely specialized, high-value guy. You're looking for a guy who wants 1 kid. And it's all right with being a stepfather.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What state are you in?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, geez, yeah, and Houston is loaded with finesse niggas. Woo!
I know, man.
I gotta ask, why high value? Why does he need to make that much money?
Well, it's not even about it's about a well-rounded man that's been groomed properly. First of all, I've been in corporate finance for a long time. Then I'm going,
you got to tell me that. It comes down to this: if you got married,
he has to be able to match my fly at least.
And then what's
mentally?
But what's the income though?
Where's my income?
Give me a range. Don't give me specifics.
We in the 6 figures. We doing well. And I was doing well as an entrepreneur.
And do you care if he's black or not?
I don't care if he's black or not. I prefer
but
me
still,
a good black man. But
is your child's father black?
Yes, he is.
All right, so it will matter because it tend to be so 8% of black men earn more than 6 figures, and you want him to match your fly. And because here's what it comes down to: if I gave you, call him James. Actually, call him Kenneth. And you?
No, my daddy named Kenneth. Please
all right, well, call him Thomas. I don't know. You and
Okay, shit.
Thomas.
All right.
You and Thomas is doing fine, and Thomas is making 60. He's a master plumber, and he gets $60 an hour, but he's really making around $65,000-$70,000 a year. He's in the top 15% of black men. But you and Thomas decide to get serious, and you want to get a home, and you're going to get a home based upon his income? No, you're going to want a home based upon your income and your lifestyle and his income. But then it comes down to this. Let's just say the mortgage is $2,500.
Okay.
You will be paying $1,700 of that, and he'd be paying $800. Every bill that came down, you'd be paying 2/3 of it, and he's paying 1/3 of it. Everything. Every gallon of gas you bought, you paying 2/3 and he's paying 1/3. Every gallon of gas in his car, you paying 2/3, he's paying 1/3. And this is where the shit you see her take the drink has got tight. She's like, oh shit.
Look, this ain't nothing but some tea. I ain't playing with you. I'm listening.
But the thing is, it gets real there because it is hard for women to really think about splitting their money like that with a man.
It's not so much difficult for me to think about it, Zach, because I think about the opportunity for us to become accredited investors now. That's why I think about the threshold. Okay, so there are several things I'm thinking about, and then I know strategy. So I could take a plumber and have him have an entire business because that's the way that my mind works, and so I would make that work for us.
Put your penis up.
Somebody laughing.
You see what you just did? You see what you just did?
See how
I gave you a man who's out doing just fine on his own, and you got to go make him earn one and be like you. That ain't gonna work, boo.
It's not. So
you're gonna emasculate the hell out of him.
Ooh.
Because it's gonna be like, well, now I've been, Thomas, you've been a plumber for 20 years and you just happy, yeah. But now she got me trying to have a truck and this and that and going over here and that. Well, why? Well, because she's used to Birkin bags. And, she thinks we can become accredited investors. And what's that gonna be like sitting up in the bed on Sunday when Thomas wants to sleep in? Hey, you should get up and start their website. We can do this, we can do that.
Now you see why I say somebody got to be on the same frequency as me, somebody that enjoys preparing and creating.
But you're on a masculine frequency.
Oh, okay.
You're not on the right. You're on a masculine frequency.
Okay.
So if you want somebody on that, okay, are you all right being one of 5?
Oh, I already had this scenario, and I didn't like that.
Well, then are you all right with letting Thomas just be? You're not going to accept Thomas.
Why does Thomas have to be my scenario though when I'm surrounded by men that are like engineers and
because they don't want baby mamas. They're 40 years old. Because they want somebody to give them, because an engineer like myself who had to work to make up, I want 3 of my own kids and I don't be paying for yours.
But I've been paying for mine.
Yeah, every dollar I put in your kid's mouth is a dollar I'm not putting in my kid's mouth.
But is there
listen. Let's take it away from you because it gets too personal.
Okay.
How was your child? How was a single mother's child an asset to another man? Come on, accountant.
Only in the legacy that she lives and leaves.
But she's not an asset to me because there's no DNA tied to me. She's 9 years old. That man would be putting into your baby daddy's legacy. I would just be paying it. That's a bad investment.
Ooh.
It's your investment, but I've been a stepfather. I can't go get the money back that I put into my stepson.
But
that's gone. Well, and all the dollars I put into that, even though it was there, I have to accept the fact that it didn't go into my daughter's mouth.
Right.
Because as stepfathers, you have no legal claim. And how many stepchildren, how many times do you see somebody stepping up to get taking an award, and they want to say, I thank my stepdaddy. They always thank their stepmama or their mother, and man, you know how this goes. So your ambition, you make too much, and you waited too long to have a lot of opportunities in this area.
That's true. I agree with you on that.
So why did you wait this long?
I was really focused on entrepreneurship, like during my 20s. I really enjoyed my career, and I honestly did not take dating seriously. I was really dating for fun because I was really more so focused on my career.
So you were married?
And the only time I took it seriously was after I was forced to settle down, which by having my daughter at 30, and then it was like, okay, well, now I understand the value of
right.
partnership.
And so, and when I do this broadcast next week, and I explain to Black women how they bought into this dream more than anybody else.
I agree with you on that.
And unfortunately, I can't undo that because you can't get those years back.
Right.
You will focus on your career. Okay.
But that's how our parents advised us, honestly.
That's what they were sold.
Even my daddy advised me like that.
Well, but the thing is, I'm not going to, look.
But I feel like what you're saying.
The problem is that non-Black women in your position don't look at their men with contempt.
I agree.
I have had clients who make far more money than their male counterparts, their husbands, and they are submissive. And they're not trying to get their husbands to become copies of them.
Maybe it's because I associate blue collar work with, and this is my own fallacy, and I apologize to anybody that may feel slighted by this statement, but I'm just being transparent. Like maybe I associate blue collar work with not being well traveled, intellectual, not being I'm sorry?
Where have you traveled to?
I've been to the Philippines, Japan. There's several places I haven't been, but I've been a few places overseas. I've been, of course, a lot of places domestically. I have a bucket list though. I know of places I would like to go. There are places I plan on going in 2021 also with my daughter, to start helping her understand the world.
Is her father a high value man?
He does well for himself. He is an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't want to go into too much detail, but he's not living a lifestyle that's in alignment with mine.
All right. So you put yourself in a position because
I know.
Like I said last night, your income and your education do not matter.
Right.
To the kind of men, they don't matter. Like, and that's what you're judging men on, and and the guys who are actually effectively around what could work for you, you think they're beneath you.
I don't think they're beneath me. I just
don't think they're beneath you. Your money or your education doesn't make you high value.
Right.
They're just not. What you didn't say is if you met a guy who was in the top 15% of earners of Black men, you didn't say, "Oh, I would be happy and be thankful I got someone who'd be willing to step in and be a stepfather to my daughter and would be willing to take on the liability of another man's responsibility." And
we didn't get to that part yet.
But but because we didn't get to that because you automatically said that you would try to get him to make more money and do other things other than realizing.
I see what you're saying.
Other than realizing he is giving you one of the biggest gifts of all. He is accepting your lack of giving him children and taking on somebody else. You should be washing his feet with your hair.
Okay, so out of the eligible men that are dating me right now and dating me right now, you saying that I should just be thrilled that these men are into me the way that they are?
I'm not saying I don't know the eligible men that you're dating. I'm saying that if a man who's talking about like Thomas, a man who's in the top 15% of earners are black men,
Okay.
and is willing to step in and marry you, that puts you in the 1 out of 4 black women that will ever marry in their lifetime. You should treat him like a king for the fact that he's willing to do that, in addition to the fact that you have a child by another man that he has to pay for.
I agree with you.
And ask him, how many children would you like to have with your wife? Probably going to be more than 1, but he's going to accept 1 from you. And he has to raise 1 that you already have. He's the one that will be sacrificing a lot. So instead of trying to get him to do anything else, you should be, honestly, it's like, oh, thank you. Because see, what used to happen when women used to have children out of wedlock?
Yeah.
You were a pariah. No one wanted you. In China, and you've been overseas, try this shit in Japan. Try it in Korea. You know what they call you over there? Women who are unmarried over age 27 are called leftover women. Leftovers. But women who have children out of wedlock are pariahs. And we used to do that in this country, but we've made it okay to where you can even go sit up in a church with a child. To where you just think a man should accept it and be like, it's no big deal because I can take care of my daughter. But understand, you had a daughter, right?
I did.
All right,
I do have a daughter.
So let's just say change his name to whatever. Let's change his name to something sexy like Boaz. You marry Boaz, and Boaz is matching your flow. Boaz is a $110,000 insurance salesperson.
Okay.
All right, he's doing his thing. Woo! You and Boaz got Boaz Jr. And then your daughter turns 14, 15 years old. You and Boaz were married 5 years. And then one day you come home and your daughter's in tears and say, what's wrong, baby? Boaz touched me. Boaz is dead. Everything that Boaz, first thing you're gonna do is fuck Boaz, fuck my kid, fuck everything else. What you do to my daughter, you gotta deal with your ex-husband or your baby daddy, because she gonna tell his daddy. Boaz has to, being a stepfather to a daughter in the Me Too generation, is asking for a lot of problems.
Trust me, which is why when she was born, I literally said, I ain't dating. I said, fuck it. I said, I'm gonna wait till she 18. But now I would like a companion, so.
I know what you would like now, but the thing is, you have to ask yourself, what am I asking a man to do for me?
Okay.
See, you ladies are good at saying what you want. And what I'm good at doing is asking you what the kind of men you want. But then when you have a child, much less a daughter, you asking a man, I mean, you know how this happens. I mean, if she says something, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Trust
now,
me.
Remember what I said, you and Boaz had a child, Boaz Jr. Wouldn't matter, Boaz Jr. is there. Now Boaz Jr. got to see how his mom has turned on his mom for his stepsister. Think that he gonna like his stepsister? And God forbid she was just doing it just to be malicious. Because you know how many times kids will call CPS, children use stuff. Man, all these things are in a man's mind. This is why
I understand.
We have gotten to the point to where you should not marry before you have children. And if you have a child, you should marry the child's father because you guys have the investment. This is why I say it's all liability for a man. All liability.
Understood.
So I get what you want. I do. But like I know, you want a man on a certain kind of income level, and I don't know if you got enough there to make somebody who has those kind of options pick. He only gets one kid.
They've been choosing me though.
Choosing you for what?
Well, for one, Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be for real?
Yeah.
When I talk to other men about the option of women, I can be honest with you. A lot of women can be beautiful, but they lack substance.
All right.
That's one of my
choosing
pluses.
you for what though? Choosing you for what?
Right now, since I've been on the dating scene, they choosing me to date and date with a purpose. We date with a purpose.
No. Tell me, choose. See, this is what I talk about. Women will take the mistake that a man will choose you or deal with you as if that means he was going to marry you. No. I'm talking about a man chooses you when he's willing to drop to one knee and present a ring of significant characters in public.
Agree. That's why I'm single till I'm married.
So men will choose you because you're an attractive single mother who has sexual desires. They're like, well, shit, let's go. Let's get it in. Let's do what we do. Let's talk. Let's talk this. Talk all this. Let's talk that.
We
now,
ain't just. Come on.
I didn't say you were. I didn't.
You ain't got to be.
Hold on.
Intimate
I did
with
not
everybody.
say that. I did not say that.
It's a lot of comments down there.
I'm not worried about the comments. I'm talking to you.
Okay, come on, Kevin.
You looking at comments. I'm talking to you.
All right, I was multitasking.
I'm saying that you're a healthy woman. Yes, you can have a great time with the man, but it is going to be difficult to find a high-value man, because that's what you want, a man who's making a certain kind. It would be your daughter's 9. She wouldn't be out of the house until 18. It's 9 years. You'd be 47. Only 8% of black men made that kind of money. I'm sorry. And y'all aren't happy with regular guys. I don't understand.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not. I'm just saying that.
We know. I know, but it's not your first choice. And if you did get them, you feel like you were settling. And when you're not on YouTube and people on Instagram, people are watching, you and I know the truth. You know the truth. That it's not something you'd be proud of. It ain't like you be running out to people tell, oh, I'm so proud of my guy who's a plumber. Oh, I just love his plumbing ass to death. Come on, that's not.
I would. Listen, if I choose him, trust and believe.
Okay.
It will be for a reason.
Of course, but
many reasons.
And this is some of the problems of having dating with children, and because because you have the child, you have grown accustomed to how you have to move. But every movement, every sacrifice you make, you have a child that is yours for the rest of your life. So it's all investment. You get a return. Somebody who's outside of you has no return. It's all it's all expense. Investment, men have an expense. And as a smart financial person, what are one of the things you want to do?
Lower your risk. Minimize your risk.
Minimize your risk, minimize your expenses. So
I agree with you. So,
I'm sorry, but that's what it goes down to. So
here
I don't know what's wrong with you and your ex, but that'd be your best bet.
That's not my best bet, but I will, however, reevaluate my options. And consider guys, like it's not about the salary thing, but I just need to consider guys that maybe there are cultured men that don't make 6 figures.
I mean, cultured? What do you mean cultured?
Like I like the
Where
men
you
that
from?
is well read.
Where you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Most city where the girls are pretty.
I lived in Houston for 6 years. What do you mean by cultured? Why is that so important to me?
It is important to me because, for one, I like to be able to enjoy different things with the person. Art, music. I like to be able to go to different museums. I'm the type of person I could.
Did you do that with your ex? Did you do it with your child's father?
Yeah, some of those things. Yeah.
But that's not some, but that it wasn't the nature of your relationship.
No, it wasn't. And the nature of our relationship was a friendship.
So a man that you reproduce with did not have to romance you and do all this other kind of stuff. But then a man who only is going to be a stepfather has to deliver more.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm hearing.
in my history of dating, men have romanced me. I've enjoyed that.
I mean, I'm
That
not saying
wasn't
romance. I'm
particular-
talking about the culture and this and that. You didn't have to do all that.
He did a few of those things, yeah.
A few.
We connected on a level that I would appreciate. Actually, was consistent in other men. It wasn't consistent with him.
But
He was.
what I'm
He
saying
was at a place in his life where he wasn't
but the thing
mature.
the thing is, you said you want somebody who's cultured, and your BD wasn't cultured.
No, he was. He was
Not
he was educated.
Okay, was he cultured to the level that you're talking about?
I would say for the most part there wasn't anything that we couldn't talk about. So I would have to say, yeah, he was real educated, intellectual. I mean, he was a guy that I liked and I enjoyed being around. So I would say yes. And I actually date those kind of guys now. You
can't set your standard higher than your BD.
Well, I would say this. When you find
any woman can't.
Well, Kevin, at some point you have to, right? So as you date, as you evolve, the level of or your standards change over time.
Okay, no. See, this is where you ladies get confused.
Why? Because
listen.
Okay.
Here's a business problem for you. Name me a product that increases as it ages and gets used.
Appreciating assets. It's lots of products that
Name me a product. Give me an example of a product.
Okay, let's name what people relate to. In the retail, Rolex. It appreciates in value.
No, it doesn't. It does not appreciate in value with use.
Okay, not with use. Okay,
that's what I said.
I hear what you're saying with use. There's not.
Exactly.
Not in the terms you talk about.
So what you ladies try to do is try to come and say, well, as I've gotten older and more experience, I should be more valuable because I got more experience. Yeah, but the job you were on or the things you're doing got the benefit of your experience. I'm just getting you at the top of your experience. That means you want me to pay prime experience and I didn't get the value of you getting there. You're asking too much. Listen.
I'm sorry to be interject so quickly, my bad.
Older use. Just because, see, the thing is, you value yourself higher because you're matured and learned more and got all these other experiences. But the thing is, that doesn't matter to us. Okay. When we listen how men think about it. Hold on, it's gonna get tight. That's just additional miles. We're looking at the fact that the gravity has been on you more, and your kid is sitting over there. You cannot. Y'all are all out of whack with how men think. And this is why you can't get what you want from us, because you're valuing something up here that is a used vehicle with a lot of miles.
Okay.
Just because you hand washed it.
Okay.
I said this last night on my show.
Do you believe that, because this is where I'm at. At 20, the way that I dated men is now different than the way that I date men at 38.
Okay.
And the expectation that I have, like while I'm interacting with them, even on like the surface level, when you do the first lunch meeting and all of that.
Uh-huh.
My expectation level is different now from that experience. Okay. Not that I expect him to pull out all the nuts and bolts and whistles, but my expectation level of transparency.
That's the problem. And that's the problem.
I said I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a different level of transparency because of the way that I enter into the scenario.
All right. But the thing is, at 20, you were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old womb. You had 20-year-old body count. You had 20-year-old trauma. You had 20-year-old experience. That's what we value. That's all it comes down to for us.
But don't you feel like with those experiences, a person can add value to your lifetime?
Look,
If we plan on being life partners.
Okay, you want me to answer?
Yes.
Men value your youth, your fertility, your purity, your femininity, submission, ability to cooperate, and fitness. And all of that is at your highest in your youth. The older you get, the older you get.
Right.
But nothing, no product gets more expensive with time and use. You just sit back and say, well, I'm more valuable now because I'm not the same 20-year-old. I am this, I am that. Fine. But have you ever been to the pawn shop?
Yes.
All right. You ever take something you really value to the pawn shop?
I have.
And did they hurt your feelings when they told you how much it was worth?
Yes. I was like, what? Yes.
That's you. We the pawn shop. That's what I'm, baby girl. I've been there. And you take something you really value to the pawn shop. This is a watch that tells time in France, Moscow, and Star. In Fifth Ward, it's worth $50. And here's the thing. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you take the money the pawn shop offered, or did you leave with your product?
I left with my jewelry.
Well, guess what? Buy a dog, die alone. There's a funeral plot out there waiting for you.
I don't think I'm gonna die alone.
But you get the ultimate point.
But
your standards are up here, and you're like most women. Go to my show last night, and there were 20 calls, and then the show before that with the single mothers, another 15 calls.
Yeah,
35 women, all arguing with reality. And like
but
six of y'all.
I feel like I'm in touch with my reality. I just feel like
hold on. Yes, you're in touch with your reality. You are in touch with your reality. Unfortunately, that's you. That's why I say, guys, women honestly believe this stuff. I get it. You're in touch with your reality, but it's your reality. Our reality is, I'm a high value man. I can pick you, her. I'm going to pick the best deal on the market.
I know, and that's what I've been experiencing. But mainly what I have understood is that if I bring peace to the scenario, that's also wonderful. Like, I have things to bring.
No doubt. But here's the thing. All the things you have to bring, peace. And another thing, what about when you bring it and another one brings it and she's 26 years old and wants to have 3 of my children and no kids?
Okay, well, let me ask you this one more thing.
Listen. But see, the thing is, you guys never think that someone's bringing to the table what you have and more. You always assume you're the most valuable.
No, I do, because it's Houston, Texas. It's a lot of, I know what's out here, okay? But I'm saying to you this, if I consider, which I have, considered that I like dating seasoned men, okay? And I understand in that scenario,
seasoned men meaning what?
Because I'm not having that. I'm not
seasoned men meaning what?
Conversation.
Seasoned men meaning what?
50 plus.
And what does that mean? I'm 52, and I'll tell you right now, I don't date women your age.
Baby, but they liking it though. And I'm just saying it's cool though.
Listen what I'm about to say.
Okay.
I don't date women your age, not because I can't. It's just I don't want to have. I don't need to do all. I don't. Women your age tend to. This is a fun back and forth for content, but I'm not gonna do this in my personal life. I'm dealing with women who are younger, who are happy to be there. They're cooperative and all sorts of things, and then they listen to women your age, and they're like, they know who my competition is, and they're like, oh, I can beat her because all I have to do is not try to be as demanding. And the thing is, I mean, no offense, man, it's not like I've never met a black woman who didn't think her vajayjay was the bomb. Y'all all think y'all are the ish. And I'm gonna tell you, no. And trust me, I've had plenty.
I believe you. You said you was a.
And the thing is, so it's like if a woman I'm dealing with is, you know, a bona fide LA9, and she's on my program, and she's like, I can beat her because, and I'm not as demanding in the asking. I take her to Ruth Chris. She appreciates it. I take her to Aruba. She appreciates it. You just expect it. You're like, oh yeah. Listen, not you. Okay. Let's go down. Let's go to Bahamas. Oh yeah, I love the Bahamas. We should go. There's a store. Wait a minute. Everything I've done with you, already been. Oh, let's have a baby. Oh, I've been there too. Ain't nothing new with you. Ain't nothing new with you. Buy a car. Already did that. You own your own home?
I have. I'm about to own another one though.
Home purchase, nothing new. Have a baby ain't nothing new. What can a man really do with you that's new that somebody else ain't already done?
We can get married. We can become accredited investors. We can travel to other parts of the world that I haven't traveled. We can create new memories just within H-Town, domestically. What else? So
listen what you just said. After I marry you, then we can go places that you have not already went, but you've been to these places. So what if the places that you've already been, I want to go?
Oh, no problem. Because
listen. See, to be a high value man, I had to work 60, 80 hours, so I couldn't get out and travel. So now it's ready to go, It's like, all right, we married. Let's go over here. And I'm gonna know you already went there. We can try to make it new, man, but you know what it is. Once you've already been someplace, there's nothing new. There's no new magic with older women. And you keep talking about this accredited investor and this and that. We don't care about your money.
No, it's not about my money. It's about ours.
Listen. You may do well, but guys on my level, baby girl, that's what, a month income? I mean, really? It's not that big to us. And guys like that. It's like, no cap, but it's like,
no, I
can become accredited investors, and it's like, this bag costs more than this. I bought this girl a bag that would cost more than your car. The point is, you don't understand that men want to feel like a king. And it's hard to make a man feel like a king when you've had so much experience with other men in life. You got a full 9-year-old. We're gonna go out of okay, you know what? You dating me. All right, you know what? I want to go work because my wife will never have to work. You know what? I want to make content from Spain. All I need is an internet connection. I'll ship my system. Okay, we're going to go to Spain, Barcelona, and we're going to actually live in Barcelona for 3 months. Oh, we can't do that because your daughter has to be in school.
Not true. Virtual learning, and we can bring the nanny with us. And the private tutor is virtual as well.
And I got to pay for a nanny. And and here's the thing. I don't have my wife in Barcelona having butt naked freaky circus sex, doing all the things I want to do as a young married, as a married couple. We're already a ready-made family doing that kind of stuff.
That's why you have a nanny. Yes.
No,
a nanny is all of that.
Oh Jesus, she's not listening. See, this is why I say you ladies don't get it. Look, ma'am, I've been on both sides. And I will tell you right now. This is why I said women who are pet owners and being you are a parent, and dating a parent is just there's the spontaneity. You can't just be spontaneous.
That's
like
true.
You can't be with.
That's true. I have to schedule all my.
And the thing is, the kind of men you want, they value those kind of things.
True.
I mean, you think I'll be like, okay, we're gonna go to Barcelona, and I gotta hire a nanny, something so, but all that is more expenses.
It is.
And then also I got to you got to talk to your ex, your baby dad. We need to get him to sign off on that because you can't take the child out of the contiguous 5. We got to do all that because you just can't take these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And if he say no, then we got to do what?
That is if that person has that type of barrier. I understand that would be an issue.
Right. And what if the kids say, I don't want to go?
Oh, baby gonna roll with mama.
Right. So baby gonna roll with mama. So I don't want to be gone. So if the BD say I don't want to go, he has legal rights. He has legal rights. And if you guys have any kind of custody agreement, you can't take the child out of the contiguous counties without giving a notice.
I would never violate anything like that.
So if he says no, you can't take the child. You just simply cannot do what you want to.
Absolutely.
So, and even if he says okay, and if she says she don't want to go, okay, well she gonna roll with mama. So that means the entire time in Barcelona, I got a wife and I got a 9-year-old with an attitude.
I want you to create a different scenario.
All right. Well, we've had. Okay, all right. This is, and here's the problem. This is a situation.
But I hear you though.
This is the situation you ladies with children put yourselves in, and the higher up you go on the food chain, the more you want for a man. You never seem to understand that the men you want things. They want a lifestyle. They want to move a certain way. It's always the man that you want, always lists, and these guys are supposed to just want nothing. No, they got requirements. That's why they'll deal with you, but when it's time to pick someone, they tend to pick a woman who has no children so they can make their own family and their own legacy. I cannot overstate that, but ladies really seem to have a hard time accepting it because of the choices you've made, and you can't undo them. I respect it, but you can't undo them. I got to get on to the next caller, though. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
But I'm known for hitting drugs. Got him like, too good. To the yard, he ain't never leave his pretty on God. Broke, too good. Real boss, nigga got the woods, pretty face, but I'm known for hitting drugs. Got him like, too good. To the yard, he ain't never leave his pretty on God. Broke, too good. Real boss, nigga got the hood. Real boss, nigga